not really very interesting. And yep, hello. Again, my name is Olis Baris, and I'm a senior solutions engineer at Starwind. And I don't know, I like it. I like to have an opportunity to speak to all of you. Next, again, so step-by-step configuration of iSCSI connections in Windows Server 2012 R2. Then there's going to be questions and answers. Here's our demo stand, the one that I'm going to be showing you everything on. We also have some pre-configured devices, but I thought it's going to be much better if we configure a new one just for this demo. So I'll go ahead and do that. We are also going to be showing the iSCSI configuration on HA device. So let me call this one tap room iSCSI, and let's make it like 5 gigabytes. So next, no caching for 5 gigabyte device because there's no sense in that. And then so we've created a standalone image file, and now we're gonna replicate it to the other side. Synchronous two-way replication, and this is the host we need. Create new device. It's gonna reside on E drive, and here I'm gonna take a quick look of which is the iSCSI and which is the sync. So the iSCSI is 10 and the sync is 11. Yep. So sync iSCSI, and let's move on. Synchronize devices, create replication. The replication is created. Now the synchronization will initialize, and let's refresh the second server and see that new device. Yep, there it is. So as you can see, it was image file before, but after we created a partner for this device, the name has changed to highly available image. And yeah, that's it. You can also find useful information about the device on the right side, and over here you can see the progress bar. 5 gigabyte device seems to take a very long time to synchronization, and that is a yes because some people are doing stress testing on the system currently, but it's not going to affect our taproom anyways. Well, while we are waiting for this, I just wanted to say that before configuring any iSCSI for the HA, well, with Starwind, you need to make sure MPIO feature is installed. It is a Windows 2012 R2 feature, so you can just go over here in Server Manager, go into Manage, add roles and features, and find it over there. And then as soon as you have it installed, make sure to go into Discover Multipaths and add support for iSCSI devices, because if you don't do that, nothing's going to work. Also, there is another trick which we have in Starwind about the iSCSI. Whenever you install Starwind and willing to configure iSCSI connections for the HA device, please also make sure to go into Program Files if you use default installation, Starwind Software, Starwind, and then open the configuration file. So it's going to be Starwind CFG. You can use WordPad for that, and then search for Discovery. You'll find it here, and you see this line is commented out, so you would need to uncomment it and save. After you did that, you will also need to restart Starwind service in order for those changes to take place. We'll wait for the synchronization to complete and do it. You can do it from the services list, the usual one, but I prefer using CMD for that. Come on. So, yep, it's almost there. This is the command you could use to stop Starwind service. Yep, finally, we have it synchronized. So, let's do it. You should also make sure you have this line uncommented in Starwind start. In Starwind configuration file for both nodes, and I believe we already have that done for the second node, so I'm not going to do it right now. Also, since we had to reboot the Starwind service, you'll now see Starwind fast synchronization when you do a clean shutdown and then you turn it back on. Devices get synchronized instantaneously. So this one, this one, this one. Come on, the last one. Synchronize. Yep, everybody's synchronized. So this is our fast synchronization, which I think is a very cool and useful thing. But nevertheless, let's get back to what we were talking about. So this is our new taproom iSCSI device. And what we need to do is open our iSCSI initiator. And over here in the discovery, we need to type in the local IP address in case we are talking about hyperconverged scenario. Or any IP address that you are going to discover iSCSI targets from. So you need to type in over here the IP address of Starwind box. Right now, this is Starwind box and this is Starwind box. So this is our second server that we just replicated a device to. And we have this link over here, which is yep, there it is. So the iSCSI, and on this site it is 10.0.10.1, and on the other side is 10.0.10.2. And over here, as the local IP address, we used 127.0.0.1, so not this one, but the loopback one. And this one is our partner IP address. And then we go into targets. Of course, over here we see all our targets that are available right now in Starwind, but we need to search for that, the one we just created. There it is. See, it says taproom iSCSI. So this is the target that we are looking for. And first thing to do is determine from which node is that target coming. And this target is coming from the first node, which is Starwind HCP01, and this is the node we are on. So when we'll click Connect, Enable Multipath, click Advanced, use Microsoft iSCSI Initiator, we will select the loopback IP address since this target, the one that we clicked on, is coming to us from our local node. So we are connecting it locally, and now it says connected. You can also click onto Properties, select the session, click MCS, and make sure you have connected it through the correct IP address. So when you did that, you list down here and you find this same target but the one that comes from the partner node. So over here it now says SW HCP02, and now upon connecting this one, we are going to use the iSCSI IP address, which is over here. So the initiator IP is our local iSCSI IP address, and the target IP is our partner iSCSI IP address. So we select those, we click OK, we click OK. Now, what we need to do is go into disk management and initialize this device. So we'll already be able to see it over here. We've created a 5 GB device, and here it is. So we should bring it online. We should initialize it as a GBD partition. Then right click, new simple volume, next, next, F, whatever. Over here, call it tap room iSCSI. And we're all good on this node. What we need to do next is go to the second node and do the same exact thing in the iSCSI initiator. So we're going to the second node. We also have to make sure the line isn't commented, that the MPIO role is installed, and support for iSCSI devices is also enabled. When we have all that checked and verified, we go to the iSCSI initiator, click refresh. Again, discover local IP address, so our local one, and the partner one. Partner for us, when we are on the second node, partner for us is the first node. So over here, we discover the IP address of the first node now. We again go to the targets and look for the target we've just created. So taproom iSCSI. This guy is coming to us from the first node, and we are on the second node. So this guy is going to be connected through the iSCSI IP address. Again, initiator IP will specify the local one, and I'm going to show it to you. Yep, iSCSI. Come on. Yep, this is our local IP. And target is going to be the partner iSCSI IP address. We click OK, OK, it is connected. Now we need to search for the local device that's coming from the second node and connected through the loopback IP address. Here we have it. We click OK, it's connected. Now we'll go into disk management once again, but on the second box, and just bring this device online. It's already going to be initialized and we'll have the partition. Where is it? Yep, there it is. So it is already initialized. It has a name, it has NTFS because we did it previously on node 1. So node 2 has it already, within the partition. And what we can do now is go into properties, click onto MPIO, and see that we have 2 sessions. One is coming from the partner node, and one session is the local one. You could also look for that over here, I think, and go here, taproom iSCSI, properties. No, over here you just check for the session. So yeah, that is it. Oh, you can actually click devices, then click MPIO, and again choose see 2 sessions. You can see their status, they are both active. You can see session ID, but I don't have any idea why would you need it. And you can also change the multipathing policy over here. We recommend round robin. So you verified, you have 2 paths. This is exactly what you need, and this is basically it. So this is the whole iSCSI configuration for one device, what you need to do to have your highly available device connected properly in the iSCSI initiator. And that is it. So the next thing is your questions, and I'll be more than happy to answer them. if you have any. You can write them in the question box, in the GoToWebinar interview. What do you mean by what is the difference in speed between the round robin and failover only? Or something else, Stefan? Okay, you have everybody has a lot of questions about the storage that we have in those servers and where is it physically located. And this storage is inside the server. So there are, I believe, 2 or 4 SSD arrays that are plugged into H720 or 730 RAID controller. Well, PERC H720 or 730. Those are configured in RAID 1, and this is the storage we have there. So it's a RAID array inside a server. Oops. Question: why do we use a loopback IP address in the discovery tab instead of using a just usual IP address that we assign on the network card? We use loopback IP address in order to allow Microsoft and Starwind loopback accelerator work, and the whole point of loopback acceleration is that it goes through slightly shorter TCP IP stack. So usual network card has its full TCP IP stack, and loopback has shorter TCP IP stack, which actually not makes the performance faster, but makes the latency lower. So this is basically why we use 127.0.0.1 instead of the local IP of the network card. If you have 3 links, one is 10 gigabit and two other links are 1 gigabit, I would of course recommend you setting failover only and setting as an active link the 10 gigabit one, and 2 other links being like in standby in case 10 gigabit link falls. Everything will fail over to 1 gigabit ones. Mike, great question. With the physical media being in one of the nodes, that means that if the server goes down, all target disks are offline, correct? No, the physical media is in node 1 and node 2 at the same time. We use StarWind active-active replication to create an image file on one node on its virtual media. Then it replicates the same exact device to the second node on its, independent virtual media, and then we have two RAID controllers in two different servers. On top of them, we have StarWind devices that are actively, like, synchronously replicating, so they have the same exact data all the time. Then we connect them to each other and pass that storage into cluster, and then whenever one of two nodes fail, you'll have your all virtual machines running, you'll have them running like intact. So they'll just continue running and they will not notice one node falling. Michael, great question. For the hyperconverge, should you use failover to prioritize loopback or round-robin MPAO? I actually, on StarWind knowledge base, I've written an article where I compare those two policies and recommend one or the other. But, well, like, to make the long story short, if you have 1 gigabit iSCSI connections, I would recommend using failover only over the round robin. This way you'll get better performance than 1 gigabit in terms of networking. But if you have 10 gigabit links, like 20, 40, so on, you should definitely go for round robin. Reese, great question. Is it viable to use active-active synchronous replication over the WAN approximately 200 miles? Unfortunately, I don't think so. So we do have requirements for our active replication, which are at least 1 gigabit 1 gigabit channel. So its bandwidth should be at least 1 gigabit, and the latency between one node and the other node should be better than 5 milliseconds. So if you have all that, spread across to 200 miles, then yes. If you don't, then nope. Okay, I don't see any other questions incoming. So if you guys could, quickly let me know what tap rooms do you like better, like these quick ones or the one we had before, like long ones. I would very much appreciate it. And I wanted to say thank you for coming to this tap room. I very much, enjoy that you guys are listening and asking your questions. And I hope to see you on our future tap rooms with me and my colleagues. I wish you a great weekend. In case you need any contacts, you right now have them on your screen. And yeah, just have a good one, and I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.